Welcome back to the
What's up?
Forge.
What's up?
Got Wildman here with us. Today we're going to talk about some crossovers with For Honor, some new heroes, and what's coming up in Year 6, Season 3. We were looking through Reddit, me and Wildman, and we came across this interesting picture. Well, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. It was a picture of what looked like Darth Vader as a commander, a samurai commander, with some Imperial Nobushi looking soldiers. I mean, he
Yeah,
just looked like the sickest fucking thing, dude. I mean, I would.
yeah. I mean, they had the crossover with Dead Before Daylight, which it
Mm-hmm.
was okay, but I mean, I don't know anybody that I guess. I mean, obviously people play it, but there's not um, that fan base of For Honor players that plays Dead Before Daylight as passionately as they do For Honor. At least from my experience. What about you?
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying. It's not the you got so much of a crossover of interests with a game like For Honor because I mean, it's swords, okay, and whenever people are looking to do lightsaber fighting, you only have so many options. You
Yeah,
come to For Honor. That's what brought me back to For Honor is starting out playing Battlefront 2. I wanted something a little more in depth, like a better fighting system. I was like, well, that's right. There's For Honor, and that was back in 2020, and I haven't stopped playing since. I mean, that's how
yeah,
much my related interests matter for me playing For Honor.
yeah,
It's the whole reason I'm even playing it. Not to mention the Elden Ring and Dark Souls lovers. I mean, Lord of the
yeah, yeah. No, I remember back when I had a GameCube, and I've kind of always been into sword games ever since then. I had Spartan Total Warrior.
mm,
I don't remember what exactly it was called, but it was pretty much the same type of third person hack and slash um, sword fighting game with powers. I guess that'd be the equivalent to
hmm
feats
hmm
in the game.
yeah, like specials type
Yeah,
thing.
and there's never been anything like For Honor, which I mentioned last time. So I mean, ever since I got into it, well, it came out in 2016, and a buddy of mine, he had bought it on PC, and that's the first time that I played it, and it was like the best thing that I could I could have ever imagined back then, and then ever since then, it's been what
Mm,
4, 5, 6 years, yeah,
golly.
and nothing has came out that even holds a candle to it, really. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, it has its flaws, obviously, which is like what we talk about often, but
Yeah.
ever since then, it's like nothing really equivalent to it.
I've been seeing some mobile games pop up. People on the subreddit post like some gameplay. They'll be like, "Oh, you know, say something a little funny, and be like, here I am with Lawbringer or something, and it's a mobile game with directional based combat." I'm like, that's interesting. I've learned to stop shitting all over mobile games for the most part because they're quickly becoming legitimate games.
Yeah,
I still saw them as like the flash games that they used to be. You know what I mean? Like, but uh, yeah, that's gonna be good.
yeah, yeah. I guess we can jump into that. So, um, we saw what looked like a Sith. This big dude
Hmm
would be the commander, and then you have the stormtroopers running around as the minions and stuff. I mean, it would be cool if you had the pikemen as instead of a spear, they would have those like uh,
hmm
electric prong type things
Yeah,
that would
yeah, I
poke
know what
you.
you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know who wields that in Star Wars exactly, But that'd be a cool iteration of that crossover event.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't, you know, Breach specifically, since they had the Trapper event with the Dead Before Daylight, and they
Hmm.
kind of made it its own thing.
Yeah, it'd give them the perfect opportunity to bring back what everyone has been. I haven't seen anyone say anything but that they desperately want the fucking lightsaber effect back,
Yeah,
and to be able to use it often.
yeah. People even changed their time in their Xbox so that they can play it again. I
Hmm.
haven't tried it, but I've seen people do that online.
I tried to do it, but the whole thing was like you have to be offline to change your time, and if you're offline, you can't play For Honor, which
Yeah,
kind of irks me. Not
yeah,
gonna lie, because I would play the story mode. That's a whole nother area that they could be expanding on that I would just freaking do backflips over.
yeah,
I love the
yeah.
story. I love the voice actors. I don't care how cringe the freaking lines are. They make me laugh. I love it.
Yeah, I think my favorite line from
Raider!
the story mode was when I don't know who. I think it's Warlord. He asked Valkyrie. He's like, "Well, what do you say?" And then she turns around and says, "I don't speak Chinese."
Oh,
And I was like, "Okay, that was pretty funny."
yeah. Oh, God.
But yeah, an expansion would be fucking badass. As far as like the story mode goes, like if they had um, a DLC with the Wu Lin and maybe the
Mm-hmm.
Outlander,
Mm-hmm.
and they kind of like maybe team up against. Um, I mean, Apollyon's kind of a really old villain, so they would have to
Yeah.
vilify some new either faction, or maybe the Outlander faction is taken off, and then the Wulin teams up with somebody, and the Outlanders kind of recruit the Vikings because they're really into pillaging and taking as much wealth as they can. Um, so then they would have like a faction war between samurai knights and Vikings and Outlanders would be together, or Samurai Knights and Wulin, and then the Viking and Outlander would be kind of like a team up against that.
Yeah, they
They have
have
so many
dynamics
dynamics.
going like all different ways. They could have an HBO show out of it. Like this could be Game of Thrones if they,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd
so,
be
you
You
know,
know,
because
because you got the Wu.
you got the Outlanders who's the newest, and the Wu Lin, or the Wu Lin who's slightly less new than them. You know what I mean? So they're trying to play them a little bit. You got the Vikings and Knights and Ninja shit still going on.
yeah. Well, I
I
guess
would love to see, like you were talking about new heroes. I would love to see more hybridization, like not necessarily hybrid heroes, but like a Viking that's using something of the knights or the samurai, or maybe both, depending on the cosmetic you use. Um, so and
And vice.
you know what I mean? Not just like I don't want to just see the boiling pot Griffin. That's like, yeah, I'm every faction kind of.
yeah.
You know.
No, yeah. Speaking of new heroes, um, we can jump right into that. So I think I've been talking about this for a long time, and I just think it would be a fucking amazing um, addition to the Outlander faction, since it doesn't really fit in any of the other factions. If you ever heard of American Warriors, so
Mm.
not just North America, but like Middle America and North America, you could have a Native American warrior, kind of like a Cherokee or something. But what I think would be slightly better would be the Aztec warriors. So you have
Hmm.
the Jaguar warrior and the Eagle warrior. They wield a, I don't know if you've seen kind of like the Kotal Khan of Mortal Kombat type of warrior. You know, he has the long feathers on the headdress,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and um, sometimes he has like an animal head on top of his head, and some of the move sets, they have like a small dagger that they can like cut your heart out and eat it.
Oh, fuck.
But I was looking at
Scalping execution.
a realm of history .com, and they kind of have this breakdown of what the Aztec warrior was, and
Ooh.
I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So it says the Macayeto, I think is how it's pronounced. I'm probably wrong on that, but it says roughly translating to hungry wood is the weapon that they use. It was a more direct and brutal melee weapon comprising of a saw sword, differing in sizes from one-handed to two-handed. It was usually carved of hardwood and then embedded with obsidian razor blades.
Oh,
So-
yeah. I see what you're saying. The same thing Kotal Khan used. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That
You
move,
could ha-
damn.
yeah, you could have it to where he has a shield and then a shorter Macayedo, or you could have the full like two-handed Highlander sized
Hmm.
obsidian blade. And so obviously the Aztec warriors were really into blood rituals and sacrifices and eating your victims. So you could have some kind of elements of a bash on the moveset of the hero, to where if they're bleeding, he kind of like reaches in and maybe bites them, or kind of like a shaman effect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the blades, obviously, they're really sharp. They're going to cut. And if you do some type of special move to make them bleed, you could in turn gain health off of doing a long bash, kind of like a Medjai grab or a Shigoki hug or a shaman bite. Some iteration of
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Dude, you know what? I just visualized it, bro. It'd be sick as hell. He's got a quiver on his back of arrows type thing. Sure, that can be his feet. Yeah, whatever. But his bash, he pulls an arrow out and stabs you sticks you with it. That'd be sick as hell, dude.
Yeah. And then
Just whips it out.
yeah. So within the Aztec culture, they already had weapons and armor specific rankings to show, or sorry, rank based distinction of armor.
Mm.
So depending on your
Like
rank,
colors, probably. For
yeah,
sure.
colors, headdresses, ornaments. So you can have that already integrated into the weapon ranking system, and kind of how the warrior progresses, just like every other hero, but it's historically accurate to what's going on with this hero from history.
Yeah.
But no, I thought that was really cool. You could obviously they reuse the same animations for different characters. Even if it was, I mean, I'd even take a Highlander skin of this warrior, if I'm not going to get the warrior, because Highlander
Like
has
the hero skin. That'd be cool.
the big swinging movements with this huge weapon to just they could reuse some of his as well.
Yeah, I'm not mad at all about the reusing animations either. I just like noticing it. I like to figure out which ones they use because they hide it pretty well. Like with Medjay, I really like the way Medjay looks. He's annoying as hell, but
Yeah,
he's no pirate. I'll tell you that.
that's true. I'd rather fight him any day than fight pirate.
Oh man,
Dude,
you
saying
saying
all that reminds me about the crossover stuff. What really I thought about it, what really gets me about For Honor is you remember that show Deadliest Warrior? I'm sure you watched it.
Oh yeah, of course. I
Dude,
played the
dude,
game.
everybody loved that fucking show. That's what For Honor is. You know what I mean? For Honor is like that the game. And I never played the Deadliest Warrior games. My little brother has them, and I have them on my Xbox, but I've never played them just because they didn't seem like well rounded out. I was playing Mortal Kombat back then, and it's just the coolest shit, man. I would love to see that. Yeah, Native American versus Orochi, or
Yeah, that was what episode 2.
The kind of hero I'd like to see them implement would be like maybe except that like Highlander's sword would totally split whatever's holding the two nunchucks together. But for like a nunchuck hero, just kind of like Liu Kang style, just whip like he's got like Shaolin. Feels like Shaolin beating the shit out of you, dude. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah,
I'd love to see a gauntlets or cases type hero where he's just like he's mostly fists and just like huge big swings, big punches, like a haymaker type thing. Oh man.
Yeah. So you said you were looking at what type of hero you would want in the game.
Mm-hmm,
what does that look like?
Man, I that's what I was saying. I'd like to see. What are you talking about? Gameplay mechanics wise, or are you talking about just like?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much anything. We know the next hero is going to be Outlander. It's on the roadmap, so it would have to be some kind of offbeat. They have pirate. They have an Egyptian character. So, I mean, what's next, really?
I saw a post yesterday that actually he had accounted for all the like we have this many of this type of weapon, this many of this type of weapon. It was like there's 2 spears, there are 2 it might have been like glaive type weapons, 2 of those, but then there were 15 swords. 15 swords. And even still, I still like sword heroes, man. I still want another. I want a sword knight that like has the cosmetic customization of Warden and like the fluidity of somebody like Orochi. Orochi feels like a character that you would play for a whole campaign of a game. Like it feels like you would actually move around and run around as him. Warden feels like it's like the beginnings of a character. Like you got some pretty good moves, but like it's just almost there. Which I know that's the case with most heroes, but just I want all the heroes to feel as fun as Orochi does. Not for spammy reasons or anything like that, but it's just like it feels like you are playing like you have all the moves of Orochi. You can swing every direction. You can dot, like do a flippy flip every direction.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Says a Rep 70 Warden.
yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
Conk before the rework, I felt like Conk felt more like just completed. I know people said he was boring. I didn't find him boring at all, dude. The superior block on heavy openers, people would fall for that so awesome, dude. It just worked so well. It felt like he had a little bit of everything.
Yeah. No, I mean my favorite iteration of Conk was the very first rework that came out, and I'll say this until they change him. Like the way he is now, I can't. When I found out he was going to get a rework, I literally hadn't touched the character at all, and then I was like, okay, he's getting a rework. He's getting a rework, and I'm gonna rep him up. I think I got him to rep 10. He's rep 10 now. But after the first one came and went, and they had the second variation was absolute garbage. And then what he is now, which is the live version, it's not fun. You just unblockable spam. And
I feel like I'm constantly 50-50 and it just feels like the same thing over and over and over and over.
So, anyway, that's my conk rant. But let's get into what we see on the docket for the rest of the year, season 3 and season 4. So we have 2 new hero skins that are going to be coming out.
Oh, we're getting 2 more? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We're getting 2 more. I think they're going to go with Kinsei just because he's the next logical choice. Yeah. You have Warden. You have fucking Raider. God damn.
I can't even say it.
Yeah, and I think next is going to be Kinsei. I have no idea how they're going to do it. It's
I can't imagine what it would look like.
Well, it's going to be in line with the next theme of the season. So you had Golden Age, which is knights, elves, dragons, and then you have this Lord of the Rings elf-looking character with Lord Ramiel's long flowing blonde hair and cute face. and then you have Curse of the Scarab for Balthorn with his it's somewhat basic, but that's the theme that they went with. And then,
I like where they were going with the because I still haven't looked at it a lot, but when it first came out, there's something with the flow in color of the curse going up him. I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
I like that. It
feels like they've
got. Yeah. It feels like they've got like they're almost there. It's like they're just missing somebody to tell them like, hey, what would be sick as fuck is if you just bam.
Yeah. So I guess the prediction for the next hero skin and this hero skin after that would be based on the next season.
I was going to ask, do you have any idea, or have they released anything about next season's theme?
I have no idea. Because you went from fantastical European fairy tales to Egyptian curses within like 2 back-to-back things. I mean, I can tell you what I would like to see or what I think would be really cool, but I have no idea what the direction they're going for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I know what you mean, because last year you could actually kind of predict it, because people were predicting that the last season was going to be a whole flood, because I mean you get the drought and then it's like, okay, you can kind of, you know what I mean? You can infer what comes next. And I have no idea. You're right, because it was what? Ice pirates come in, and then now we're reflecting on the Golden Age, and also it didn't really happen. And then I wouldn't be mad if they do another, like if they do like they did for Ramiel. It was a whole, this is a legend in the For Honor world, so they do a legend about some Kensei. I don't know. No.
What?
I remember people had been saying, what's her name from the story mode, the female Kensei that's a main character. I wonder if that's what it'll be. Ayo. I wonder if that's what it'll be.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Maybe like with the face shown, because they do show her. Kind of looks like Kat from Halo Reach.
Oh, okay. Yeah, honestly, I couldn't tell you. All I can tell you is I don't want to see Tiandi as the hero skin after Kensei.
You're damn right, dude. I would rather see. Look, that's how strong I feel about it. I'd rather see Pirate than Tiandi.
Yeah, no, I'd rather see PK instead of Tiandi. Not that I like hate Tiandi, but he's just he's fucking lame of a character. Right. I think there's no like, I don't know. There's no emotion that goes into playing him. I think
he's not for me.
At least
personally.
for me,
I could safely say that he doesn't really interest me. I don't like the play style because it's a lot of like maybe only because I don't play him, but it's a lot of being annoying, dancing around someone, lighting them instantly, kicking them across the damn map. It does not. I'm not a big fan.
Yeah, I mean he's fun to kick people off of ledges and shit, but that's about it. It's just a meme to me.
But if they did something cool, I could get with it. You know what I mean? If you come out with something cool, I won't deny it. I just can't imagine what they could do for like what the Tiandi skin could be. It could just be like Raider, you know? The Raider one was just like it's a character they made up, and that worked.
Yeah, that's true. But
if they sell me on it, sure. But I would not vote for the Tiandi one.
No. Instead of Tiandi, who would you rather see then? Like,
see, that's a
like
hard
seriously.
Question. I would like to see. I as much as I disliked seeing Ramiel's face, I would like to see some of the other heroes' faces. Like, you could do a
Valkyrie.
They already did Nobushi. Yeah, Valkyrie. That was the one I was thinking of. Valkyrie would be a good one. Warlord would be a good one, just like a clean-looking Warlord.
Yeah.
There's lots for heroes that I do think are pretty cool looking. If they could just do a really clean look, they could do something thematic. I really wonder what the next seasons are going to be, because it'll be a time, it'll be like a conflict, and it'll be like a type of weather. I wonder what the weather's going to be.
Yeah. Well, we know that the Eclipse event is coming back. So I don't know if that's going to tie into anything. I doubt it since it's getting recycled again.
Right.
But yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. I just Kensei is going to be the next one, so it'll have to be themed around that. But yeah, I mean, if there's nothing else, I think that was a pretty good stream. Or not?
Yeah, pretty good first one.
Yeah, And my original idea was to have you like on here so we can have like a back and forth and talk together. So I think it's going to be like this from here on out. It's just
it'll be good to get other people on here too, and
yeah, of course.
We can you know what we could do? Add a section where we pick up people we have beef with all week long on For Honor and be like, all right, you wanna talk about it? See you on the podcast, buddy. And we invite them on and we start talking about what happened.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think
awesome.
I've had somewhat of a shitty week playing this past week. I mean, I think it always happens after 1 a.m.
Yeah.
And it gets real sweaty and
I'll say since I've come back, I've only gotten two salty messages.
Oh,
and
really?
Only one person kept messaging me after I replied first.
Yeah, I think I got one message this week. The match hadn't even started yet, and the Shaolin from the other team says, "You must like torturing yourself or something like that." Or he said, "Why do you torture yourself?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Rep 40 Yorm, really?" And then I was like, "All right," and I just beat the dog shit out of him the whole entire match. One of those teammates ended up rage quitting just because we held down C on the gauntlet, and once you cap all 3 points from that position, it's a pain in the ass to try to come back from that. So,
dude, I gotta say, I've been seeing a lot of really, really, really good Yorms lately, and I feel like I see why people say he needs rework and he needs more moves and stuff, because he totally does. But with the moves he has now, I think he's probably, I want to say, the strongest character, dude. Because whenever you meet somebody with Yorm that knows what they're doing, really knows, you're fucked. You can't do anything. You're gonna lose your stamina. Any move you make, you're gonna get hit, and your stamina's gonna be gone, and you're fixing to get smashed. There's nothing you can do. They're gonna parry you, and they know when you dodge, all that. He's strong as hell. He feels like his damage output is awesome.
Yeah, he used to be stronger, but ever since the stamina nerfs to everybody, of course, yeah. I mean, as soon as somebody gets right back up, they're done, or their stamina is back.
Right. That used to not be a thing. That's right.
Yeah, you could get the max punish. I mean, I have videos on my channel with me just light punch, and somebody in the corner and they're out of stamina, they can't do anything.
Yeah, you sent me that one in a brawler or something like that.
Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I only got it. It's very, very hard to get, but if you do get it,
he's He's such a good character, dude. I've been running into people that play him so well, dude. Oh, just like 1v4 clutching it up for us to win at the very end, and it's just crazy.
Yeah, his feats and the perks that you can get. Like I run the 20% extra shield that goes with his second feat, where you get a shield on a hammer slam. So when you get revenge, anyone that hits you, hammer slam shield, and then the shield out of revenge. So you can have a full bar shield out of revenge, which is helpful. And then take, I think it's like 40% less damage during critical health. And then you have the hard to kill perk, which increases that. Or sorry, the hard to kill feat, which is your third feat that's a passive, which is it just all meshes together, and if you get revenge once, you can last a while. If not, clutch up the match. But yeah, I still think they just need to take whatever they did with the stamina back and put it back to how it used to be.
Yeah. People deserve to be punished, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if they're just gonna fucking spam the whole time, and then, oh, I'm out of stamina. You knock me down once, I get right back up and do it all over again. Yeah. Anyways, man, thanks for coming on again.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me on here.
I'll do this next week, and catch you guys later.
All right, later, guys.